The second of the great seismic shifts we experience in the spiritual life is when we stop asking God for what we want and we start asking God what He wants. I talked about my great experience of stumbling upon, what I call the big question when I was about 15 and having this challenge, this situation, and asking God, what do you think I should do? This is one of the great questions of the spiritual life. This is one of the great seismic shifts. We think it's just another question. No, it's not just another question. Our whole worldview shifts when we stop just constantly asking God for things, what we want, and we turn to Him and ask Him what He wants. We have to learn to recognize the distortions in our relationship with our God. Is it okay to ask for things? Yes, absolutely. It's natural, it's normal. For a son to ask his father for something is the most natural thing in the world, the most normal thing in the world. But as children of God, if we are well-rounded, that will be one part of our relationship with God. It won't be our entire relationship with God. I'm often fascinated, people will tell me after they have a meeting with famous people, oh, I met this person, or I met the Pope, or I met the President, or I met whoever, these famous people. And very often the conversation is about, what they told the Pope, or what they told the President, or what they told this person that they met. I'm always fascinated by that. I'm fascinated because they had this moment, they had this opportunity to meet this person, and they took that opportunity to tell that person something rather than to ask that person something. And so they came away from that opportunity not knowing any more than when they went into that opportunity. And that always strikes me as a tragedy, because they had this one moment with this person they're never going to meet ever again, the person they obviously admire, and they missed the opportunity to glean something new, fresh, insightful from that experience. We go to our prayer. The same is true. We don't go to our prayer to tell God things all the time. We don't go to our prayer to ask God for things all the time. Both of these have their place in prayer. But the second seismic shift is when we turn away from asking for what we want. We turn to God and we say, God, what do you want? And the reason we make that shift is because we realize consciously, subconsciously, fully, partially, we realize that God wants to share His wisdom with us, and that it's by walking the path that He invites us along, rather than the path we set for ourselves, by walking the path that He invites us along, that we will find the peace, the joy, the wisdom, the happiness that we yearn for unceasingly.